Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about this and get everyone's attention because I feel like this is very, very important. Now, on the screen, you see that Band 48 opens to business. Now, what Band 48 is a CBRS spectrum, 3.5 gigahertz, and it is now an additional band that has been included on the iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. And many other phones have it as well. If you guys would like, I can leave a list in the description down below, or let me know what phone you have and I can let you guys know if it supports it or not. But essentially what this band is, and it won't be available for commercial use until next year for LTE, and it'll essentially be another capacity boost for the network in terms of Verizon struggling with mid-band, AT&T gaining more mid-band, and then of course Sprint and T-Mobile also being able to have access to this as well. In terms of bidding, I believe it's going to get auctioned off. It's about 70 megahertz or so, and then companies are going to be able to bid on it. Now, what I wanted to talk about mostly in this video, now that you guys have seen, okay, we're getting LAA unlicensed spectrum, band 46, now we have band 48. Technology is advancing at a very fast rate. In the past, this was not an issue. If you had an iPhone 5, 5S, 6, 6S, the phones were always able to do a little more in terms of technology and LTE bands than what the initial networks supported at that time. So whether it be T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, and Sprint, there wasn't much on the network side going on that was much more advanced than what the phones were supporting. Now the networks are being software upgradable. They're pushing it to the max, and now the networks are on par. Some are even more advanced than what current consumers are carrying in their pockets. So in today's society, if people are still walking around with an iPhone 6, 7, 7S, 7 Plus, the 8s, on the network side, you're lagging behind. You're not able to take full advantage of the network in terms of its performance. Now, the network, you can still make calls. It'll still make use of the phone as it normally would. But with a newer device such as a 10S, 10S Max, you're just going to be able to squeeze a lot more out of the network than you would with an older device. And now even with this band 48, you would have to upgrade to an iPhone 11, 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max to be able to make use of this, because the older iPhones such as the 10S and the 10S Max just don't support this anymore. So in other words, what I want to say is I do believe now it is very, very important for everyone to get on the yearly cycle of upgrades, whether it be through Apple, through Samsung, if you're on the AT&T Next Up, if you're using Verizon's yearly upgrade, jump on demand, whatever the case is. I think it is now more than ever important to keep up with the technology of phones, because the networks are now catching up, and some networks are further ahead and more along now as we're seeing small cells support LAA. It is very important for you guys to get newer phones. I know I mentioned this before in the past, but I'm sure now I got newer subscribers, and maybe with this video I get some more people tuned in that would like to learn more. So in this video, I just wanted to get everyone's attention because I feel it's very important. You got to have a newer phone now. I've seen people walking around still with the iPhone SE, iPhone 5, 5S. I mean, you can't tap into pretty much anything on any network with an older device nowadays. You can't get band 71. You're not being able to use any LTE advanced technologies. At best, you may be able to do 2 to 3 carrier aggregation depending on the phone itself, but you're not being able to tap into the 4x4 MIMO 256 QAM, the 64 QAMs for the higher uploads, for better FaceTime live videos. You're just not being able to take advantage of that if you don't have the newer device. With AT&T, if you don't have a band 14 phone, in certain areas now, as AT&T is getting really, really, really aggressive, I mean, insanely aggressive, to the point where the CEO spoke at the conference earlier and said that he hasn't seen this type of upgrade capacity activity on the network in 38 years. Could he have been exaggerating? Yeah, maybe, but he knows what's going on. He's briefed on everything, so he's the most up to date out of anybody in terms of what the network and what's going on. So him saying that lets you know that AT&T is pushing. They're really pushing for that top spot. But in order to gain that additional coverage, like in Nebraska on I-80, AT&T expanded. Didn't have network. They didn't have low band there. Now people are reporting that some of the sites are being added and that they're seeing band 2, band 30, but they're not getting that added coverage of that low band because they didn't have a band 14 phone. So, like I said, I think it's very important now that if you guys could get onto yearly upgrades and just get the newer devices just to keep up to date. You know, the device is going to function better, of course, because it's an upgrade. The 11 Pro, the Pro Max is supposed to be fantastic and much more battery life. So you're gaining that from it. And you're going to get a much, much better network. So definitely stay tuned to the channel. If you guys would like to check out this article and read it for yourself, this is Phone Scoop. I'll leave the article in the description down below so you guys can check it out. This is a really good article. Like I said, mid 2020. You guys can read it for yourself. A lot of phones already support this now, like I said. But I just wanted to make this video to keep you guys up to date and how we are further advancing into 5G and what this new band 48 could mean. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell for further notifications when I upload. Also, make sure to follow all of my social media outlets for more updates. I'll have some pretty good announcements here towards the end of this week, maybe early next week, depending. So make sure you guys stay tuned. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.